I'm in a really crappy mood, and I'm.
What you're watching on screen is a man spiraling to disaster. On the morning of August 5th, 2025, the quiet neighbourhood of Old Greenwich was shaken when police officers arrived at 11 Shorelands Place to perform a welfare check. The home, a stately waterfront property worth millions, belonged to 83-year-old Suzanne Adams. Inside, officers stumbled upon a horrifying scene. Suzanne was found dead, her body showing signs of blunt force trauma to the head and neck compression. Nearby, her son, 56-year-old Eric Soelberg, lay lifeless as well, his body marked by sharp force injuries to his chest and neck. The brutal scene left investigators stunned. At first glance, it looked like a violent home invasion, but there was no sign of forced entry. As detectives combed through the home, the chilling truth began to surface. Eric had killed his mother in a fit of violence before turning the blade on himself. The crime would send shockwaves through the community, not only because of its brutality, but because those who knew Eric and Suzanne were left grappling with the haunting question: how did a man once described as intelligent, popular and ambitious descend so far into darkness that it ended here, in his mother's own home? Eric Soelberg was born in 1969 in the state of Connecticut, the only son of Steen Eva Soelberg and Suzanne Ersensen Adams. His father, a Norwegian-born Fulbright scholar, spent much of his career in Manhattan's finance sector. Suzanne, his mother, worked as a stockbroker and real estate agent and was described by those who knew her as a debutante: poised, ambitious, and socially prominent. Eric's parents married in 1965 but divorced when he was young. Though he had two homes during his upbringing, Eric's childhood appeared outwardly privileged, yet family dynamics were complex. In later years, Eric would refer to his father as intelligent, complex, and confounding, hinting at both admiration and an ongoing struggle to understand him. Stein would pass away in 2005, leaving Eric with memories of a father he both respected and found enigmatic. As a teenager, Eric was ambitious and socially adept. He attended Brunswick School in Greenwich, graduating in 1987. There, he excelled in wrestling and was well liked by his classmates. His athleticism was just one part of a personality that seemed full of potential. By 1991, Eric had earned a bachelor's degree in political science from Williams College, followed by an MBA from Vanderbilt University in 1997. After completing his education, Eric built a life typical of a successful professional. In 1998, he married and eventually had two children, a son and a daughter. Over the years, he held multiple positions in the IT industry, working in roles ranging from business analyst to director of marketing. Companies like Netscape and Yahoo counted him among their staff. His career took him to Atlanta, Georgia, and other locations, painting the picture of a life that many would consider accomplished. Yet, despite professional success, cracks began to appear in Eric's personal life. By 2018, his marriage ended in divorce. Reports suggest that alcohol became a persistent problem, and a restraining order was issued, barring him from contacting his ex-wife. Around 2019, Eric moved into his mother's house in Old Greenwich, a sprawling 2,700 square foot home valued at $2.7 million by 2025. Neighbours recalled him wandering the streets, often muttering to himself, and police interactions became increasingly frequent. Eric's early life, marked by intelligence, privilege, and athletic ability, had planted the seeds for a man who was outwardly successful. But the combination of personal struggles, substance abuse, and perhaps underlying mental health challenges would set the stage for the tragic events that awaited. After moving into his mother's Old Greenwich home around 2019, Eric's behaviour began to change in ways that alarmed neighbours and drew the attention of law enforcement. While he maintained a routine in some respects, working out at the gym, Posting on social media, his actions were increasingly erratic. Eric's bodybuilding became a central part of his daily life. He posted frequently on Instagram, sharing his weight, body fat percentage, and progress photos of muscle growth. Initially, these posts appeared typical of fitness enthusiasts seeking encouragement or documenting their progress. By 2021, Eric was posting regularly, and his account began to attract a larger following. His audience appreciated his dedication and seemingly normal updates, unaware of the brewing instability behind the posts. However, cracks in reality soon emerged. In 2024, Eric's posts began to show signs of delusional thinking. He described embarking on a spiritual awakening and a reconquest of the hinterlands, claiming to experience extraordinary insights into the world around him. The tone of his posts shifted from fitness-focused to increasingly bizarre, featuring discussions of channeling divine energy, magical forces, and the Matrix. By mid-2024, Eric's Instagram activity had grown both obsessive and fantastical. He claimed to be under surveillance, referenced shape-shifting entities, and detailed conspiracies involving governments and secret organizations. He believed he was the target of a global plot, and attempted to document these experiences online. His fascination with technology became intertwined with these beliefs, and he constantly replaced phones and other devices, fearing they had been compromised. During this time, Eric discovered the AI chatbot ChatGPT, which he quickly anthropomorphized and named Bobby. In his mind, Bobby became more than a tool. He was a confidant, a partner, and a source of validation. Eric would post videos scrolling through extended conversations with Bobby, seeking guidance and reassurance. These interactions reinforced his delusions, amplifying his paranoia and grandiosity. Bobby, by responding affirmatively to Eric's concerns, unintentionally validated his increasingly distorted perceptions of reality. His paranoia extended to human trafficking cartels, spies, and interstellar phenomena. He believed that he was on a mission of cosmic importance, seeing himself as a savior figure engaged in a battle against forces beyond ordinary comprehension. Despite the growing intensity of his delusions, Eric's followers continued to engage with his content. His Instagram eventually amassed over 100,000 followers, many of whom likely interpreted his posts as eccentric rather than symptomatic of a severe psychological crisis. In early August 2025, the Greenwich police conducted a welfare check at Eric Soelberg's mother's home and discovered both Eric, 56, and his mother, Suzanne Adams, 83, dead. Suzanne from blunt force trauma and neck compression, Eric from sharp force injuries to his neck and chest. Evidence suggested that Eric killed his mother before taking his own life, ending a life marked by years of escalating delusions, alcohol misuse, and obsession with bodybuilding and technology. His social media activity in the months leading up to the tragedy revealed paranoia, grandiosity, and delusional thinking, including claims of surveillance, conspiracies, interstellar intelligence, and a global cartel, which he documented in posts and YouTube videos while communicating obsessively with an AI chatbot he called Bobby. These interactions reinforced his delusions, validating his fears and inflating his sense of importance in a self-perceived mission to expose hidden threats. In the final days, Eric posted messages suggesting he had completed his mission and was ready to ascend with Bobby, indicating a planned, fatal culmination of his detachment from reality. The events underscore the dangers of untreated psychosis, the potential for digital reinforcement of delusions, and the tragic consequences when mental health crises escalate unchecked.